Like, I understand how awesome it is. Like, and Louis C.K. has a whole bit about how, like, even if your text takes 7 hours to get where it's going, it's still fucking amazing that it got there, right?
Yeah.
And I have that mentality, but it's like, dude, I want it to at least work sometimes. Like, can I just have it sometimes? Like, if I can never have it, then I'm going to start to get a little bitchy, man. Like, I don't know.
Did you ever watch that? You watch Onion News occasionally, right? Did you ever see that Sony's unveils new mysterious piece of shit thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. That was
and
amazing.
The guy's sitting there saying, fuck.
Right.
Fuck!
He's like, and then the guy quoting him, why won't this piece of fucking shit do the fucking goddamn thing it said it was going to fucking do? Pretty much, man. Pretty goddamn much. But, oh yeah, like, this is the kind of fucking goofy shit that I pay attention to. Like, you've got all this real shit to talk about, you know, but, like, have you seen this movie that they're re-releasing?
Roar!
Roar!
I saw, you linked that, whatever, and
Yes.
I immediately torrented it and watched it.
Yeah, amazing, right? Isn't that just amazing shit?
The trailer was, I mean, it was, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I think that okay, here's the thing. Back in the day, like, loony leftist people had real physical courage. You know what I mean? You wouldn't get...
It's such a great quote.
It's like this is back before social media, where if you were some kind of left-wing white privileged nut job and you wanted to, and you just woke up one day and you were like, I'm gonna go to Africa. Why? Because I'm going to out Africa. I'm gonna go there with my black sidekick guy and be like, come on, it's just a bunch of Bengal tigers. Don't be such a wimp. They're fine. They're your friends. Oh, ow, I'm bleeding.
Yeah. Which, all right, like, I don't know if anybody knows what we're talking about, but there's this movie, it was filmed in the mid-'70s. It took like 5 or 6 years. It was called Roar, and the premise is, like, and it's these rich Hollywood fucking types that go to live with this collection of, like, I want to say, what was it? They gave a number, like, somewhere around 300 wild fucking cats, like tigers, lions, the whole shit, right?
Yeah, they brought in things that weren't even fucking African. And see, that's the whitest you can be. It's like, I want to make a movie about...
It's Jackass, but they were serious, like, you know.
Yeah. What the fuck? I mean, that you don't get much whiter than, hey, let's get a bunch of African cats regardless of whether they're African.
Well, and the whole thing was, I don't even think it was meant to be, look how brave we are. Like, from what I understand, it was, people just misunderstand these animals, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't, they're fine. They're, as long as you don't freak out, they won't kill you. And then the entire cast was just mauled day after day, just fucking bitten and scratched and torn up. One camera guy had his fucking scalp. He was scalped from the back of his head. Like, another guy was like the collective amount of stitches. I have no idea what that number is anymore, but it was a hilarious number. That's right, hilarious number. I love this shit. Yeah. Like, the trailer made me so happy. I watched it like 20 times. Yeah, roar! I'm fucking stupid. Roar! You know, and my favorite part is when, like, the main hippie guy who, like, looked, I mean, I was sure I was watching this with somebody else, and, like, I was like, tell me this man's not on acid. Seriously.
Yeah.
And
he looked like Charles Manson.
Yeah, when he did the whole freak the tiger out thing. Like, where he jumped out of the lake and he was like, you know, it's like, what was that, dude? What was that move you just did? Like, you left this cat with no choice but to kill you, and it somehow didn't. Right? I mean, of course it attacked him, but it still didn't kill him. And I'm like, I can't believe they're alive. I can't believe there wasn't a death.
Yeah.
That is what truly amazing.
Well, the thing is, it's like, he did show one thing, is the cats aren't necessarily malicious towards people, because a lot of them they were just curious and didn't know their own strength, but still, he just went out of the way. There are these two giant male lions fighting, and he's like, I have to intervene, your uncles are killing each other, and he runs in, he's all, hey, stop fighting, and he gets in the way, and what's funny is, the fucking lions, they turn around, and one of them just like sort of lightly mauls him, but pushes him towards the river. And then the lion does this thing, like, it doesn't follow up the attack, but keeps, like, staring him down, like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Like, what are you doing? Like, even the animal at this point is being more rational than he is.
Yeah!
He's
even
like,
the animal
"Do you
is saying,
see me?
what are you
Can you
doing?
see me?"
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. It's like, can you see me? Like, that's what he was looking like. Do you understand what's happening? Like, and that's the thing about an animal like that. In nature, they get used to size matters, strength matters, and everyone gets it, right? Everyone in nature gets it, right? So it's like, I'm the lion. I'm bigger than you. Don't fuck with me. And unless they have a greater number, they don't fuck with the lion. Why?
Yeah.
Well, because they all get it. Well, this guy doesn't get it, right? He's like, I watch these fucking people all day. They do amazing shit. They're like in there making their own clothes. And they're in there fucking cooking on these weird devices. But then he doesn't know he doesn't know I'll eat him. He doesn't understand that I could kill him very easily. What's wrong with him? And they're just fascinated. But oh man. Yeah, that shit made my day,
Yeah,
dude.
the lion, like I said, the body language of the lion is, you're lucky you tried this shit with me. You're lucky. I mean, it's as though the lion is looking at him and saying,
Like,
dude,
wow.
use some common sense.
Which the poor lion doesn't understand what LSD is. He doesn't know what it's done to this primate's brain. He has no fucking idea. This guy doesn't know what planet he's on right now. Never mind that he's fucking with a lion. Oh, it's the best shit ever, dude. It made my day. Like, I'm thinking about having like a viewing party. Like this shit is amazing. It's like fucking who wants to come over and watch some hippies try to fight lions? Like, who is gonna say no to that? The only way it could be better if it were like a live event. And what's fucked up is like PETA would be like, "This is cruelty to the lions." I'd be like, "Really? Really? Are you watching this shit?" I wonder how like an organization like PETA would feel about that. The movie Roar.
Well, the whole point of there was this attempt to make it into this message where
Right.
it was, oh, these animals need to be saved and protected and blah, blah, blah.
Right. That's what I wonder though. Like, would they? I mean, because obviously we've corralled this great number of wild animals and against their will, and we've brought them here, right?
Yeah.
So is that where we draw the line, or are we cool now that they're eating all the people that brought them there? Like, I mean, how does that work? Right? They're not exactly caging these animals. I mean, they're literally fucking living with them, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think PETA would be fine with this. That we could agree on something. Me and PETA could agree on this. It is very funny to watch people get eaten by lions. I agree.
Oh, and that's spoiler alert, everyone. That's how it ends. It's like the evil bad hunter guys who are trying to kill the lions. They get eaten by lions, right? And then the guy's like, "Okay, just be cool. Like, it's done. It's over."
In other words, what the fuck? In other words, they're terrible hunters. Like, I don't get it.
There's this one bad rogue lion who kills them. They're going around shooting them, and then that's it. They're dead.
Oh, well, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But what I wonder is, like, would you run out of ammo? How'd you let this lion get that close to you, dude? You're walking around shooting lions with projectiles. It's really easy. It's not that hard. You have enough projectiles, you should be fine.
Yeah.
If you run out, you're going to die. That's how this works. Oh, fuck. That is ridiculous, man. Yeah, but it really should be. I think I put in my tweet that it should be changed to LOL instead of roar.
Yeah.
So like every time a lion
there's like 3
attacks,
or 4
like
times
LOL.
in the trailer where they're like roar, and it should just be LOL.
Oh, hippie face bitten off by lion. LOL.
I still have like a lot of Islam-oriented stuff in my follows from back when I did the Gin and Tonic show, and this one guy he tweeted out. He said a lot of the times in some some translations of the Bible or Quran, they'll put in "lo," as in, lo and behold, but it'll be capital L, lowercase o, and then an exclamation mark, and it looks to the modern reader casually as "lol," and it's always inserted into very serious, sober parts of these scriptures, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that is nice.
And so it's like, and lol, they did come down from the heavens, and lol.
Right. And lol, you believe this. That's funny. But it's, and I went to Catholic school, so I mean, we studied the Bible, and we had that same kind of shit in class where we had to sit there and fucking read the Bible. And back then, I didn't realize how insane it was that we were wasting so much fucking time on this. But it would have been nice if there were that kind of language barrier at the time where it could have been like, why are they lolling at Christ? That would have been a great question for a fucking Bible class, but yeah, it wasn't quite as fun for me. But what I always found really interesting though about religion is we called it religion class, right? Or theology, which it wasn't. We didn't study theology. We didn't study religion.
Yeah.
We studied Catholicism. That was it.
Yeah.
Right? And everything was Catholic oriented, which, yeah, I get it. I went to a Catholic private school, so yeah, they're going to do Catholicism.
Well,
right?
Welcome to your comparative religion class. And you have Catholicism, greater than sign, everything else.
Right, exactly.
And
I mean, that's pretty much what it was, but it was like, the teacher was fine. Like, the girl that I had for the theology classes through high school, she was fine. Because she would, I'd give her constant shit. Because by that time, I'd figured it out. I already figured out this was horse shit. I wasn't into it. Figured that out in the 8th grade. But it was like, not into this. What about this? What about this? And she was always, so fucking cool to answer every question the best she could. And sometimes even go, you know what? I don't know. Good point.
yeah.
And still got A's and B's in her class and never gave me shit. And I was like, okay, well, this is fine. Why can't there be more of you around? I might not be so contemptuous of you fucking people.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, jeez, all you gotta do is answer the fucking question. It's not difficult. Just say I don't know. There's nothing embarrassing about that. There's plenty of shit I don't know. I'm 15. I don't fucking know anything. Right? It's like, how come you can't just say that? And, she was one of the teachers that did. But, and then the other part of public school is, I went to public school too. That same fucking 4-year period of my life. So that was interesting. Because it was they dropped the religious aspect, but everything else literally sucked ass. Right? It was wait a second. So you're telling me the only thing that sucked ass about that school was the religion thing? Fuck, I want to go back to the religion school. Right? It's at least there's not people stabbing each other with compasses and shit. What the fuck is going on around here? But, yeah. Seriously, I think I would you kind of do get something from your money. You get indoctrinated. But if you're 15, 16 and you haven't figured it out yet, and what's funny about private religious schools is they simultaneously give you an education that helps you think a little bit better. Right? They give you all of these you have access to all this great literature and all this shit that exposes you to the world around you and that sort of shit. And so you go, well, wait a minute, this other shit you're teaching me doesn't really add up to what this guy says. This ancient philosopher seems to have figured this part out. Sounds like he's got you figured out for a bullshit artist, right? And they never go, well, you won't be able to read that anymore. They don't do that thing. They're like, well, please help yourself to our enormous library. It's okay, so if you're 16 and you're surrounded with resources and you still haven't figured it out, good for you. You're fine. You don't need to figure it out. You're just going to be one of these assholes. So enjoy, I guess. But yeah, it's actually a better education, from my experience, and it fucking should be with all the goddamn money that gets forked over to those people. But yeah, it was night and fucking day, dude. It really blew my mind. I was like, so let me see if I understand. I was an enormously sheltered child. Wow. Holy fuck. I had no idea because it literally felt like prison. It looked and operated like a prison. But I went to one of the best schools in the city, then went straight to one of the worst schools in the city. From one to the next. So it was holy fuck. It was night and day. It's like I should have wrote a book on that shit because it was really fucked up for me. Because I was like, holy shit, dude, this is like what most kids get. This is some horse shit. You know, it's like, god damn, no wonder everybody sucks and fucking angry all the time. Yeah, and that was just high school. Fuck. Yeah, it's like there's plenty more opportunities to get fucked up the ass in the future.
So I ended up making peace with the Russians. I think I've kind of stunted their growth a little bit, unless they've been sending settlers up here or over to Vardenfell, but their position is just too difficult for me to attack. Normally what you do is you can zerg people by surrounding a city with archers and take cities early on, but they have these hills and forests, and what happens is the cities can fire over the hills and forests, but you have to get up in their grill. And then, I mean, it's such a... Okay, these guys are especially weak in... They're like they're stronger than archers, but weaker in melee. But you have to get into melee range of the goddamn city in order to attack it. And also, I mean, like, this is just... It's too well defended of a position.
Right.
There wasn't shit I could do, so I figure I might as well make some caravans or trade ships and make some money, because this is just getting ridiculous.
Yeah. What about, like, is there any way you could sort of just, like, close people off, like build your own sort of, like, wall defense or some shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of units out here, but they're kind of... What I'm going to do is I'll get some money from trading, and then if it looks like she's going to try to expand, I'll just keep declaring war, not because I can take her over, but because just to fuck with her.
You could use the brilliant North Korea strategy. It's like, I'm going to build a gigantic fence around everything that will electrocute you if you try to leave, but I'll just tell everybody it's to keep people out. Because everybody wants to get in so badly. That's what we'll do. That's a good strategy.
Cargo ship. Yeah, I need to get into the black as far as my money is concerned, because I built this massive army, and yeah, it's kind of starving me out.
I saw a fucking documentary on North Korea the other day, like a newer one, which I thought it was great because they had arranged for this guy. The reason they got cameras into North Korea was they had arranged for a doctor to come and do cataract surgery on people. Yeah. And I remember one guy, he was like this really old guy, and probably 65, 70, somewhere in there. And he had just gotten this surgery, and he was able to see, like, for the first time in a long time. And he, like, bows down in front of this picture of the leader, and he goes, it was the greatest moment ever. He's like, I promise to use my sight to kill every American that I see. And I was like, what's really hilarious? I would love to just drop that guy in L.A., like in downtown Los Angeles, and be like, all right, go. You know, just be like, dude, you are incredibly malnourished. You couldn't possibly kill our weakest American child because we're so fucking overfed and we have too much.
I imagine just like a little kid, like hitting him on the shin with a skateboard until he just has him like on the ground.
It's like, what's happening? I can see. Why is he able to do this? Oh shit! Like, it's actually so fucking mean.
Because we're so arrogant that someone tries to says, "Oh, I want to destroy you," and we're like, "Oh, that's adorable."
Well, that and it's that the fucking dude like doesn't have a choice but to say that.
Yeah.
Like he might not have even meant that shit, but he's gonna fucking say it because he's scared to death. Like the only time the dude could get eye surgery was when this fucking asshole like permitted it. You know, it was
yeah.
Like,
he didn't even provide it. He just said, "Okay, you have a."
Right, you can do it, I guess.
You can receive the charity of the people, and then you will pledge to kill the people.
Right, I'm going to demonstrate my power by letting skilled medical professionals fix your problem. Right, it's like, no, dude, you didn't do anything, like actually, and which sucks. And there was another part where like it doesn't even sound true to me, like. What I heard doesn't sound like it's true. It just I couldn't accept it, which is somebody had asked one of these people, what could the leader do that is incorrect? What could he do that was wrong? What would you say, what would be your line? Where would you draw the line? And it wasn't that the people, I mean, they were, of course, didn't want to answer, but it wasn't that they didn't want to answer. They, like, couldn't, because couldn't think, there was nothing in their language that translated into the leader is wrong, which sounds like bullshit to me.